Hey guys, how's it going? Stevie Schleg here with Stevie Shred Fitness. I'm actually on my way to the gym right now. It's about 11 a.m. I think. I normally don't go to the gym at this time, which is kind of nice because it's nice to go at a different time than usual. Plus, this early in the morning and not too late in the day, it's empty always. So I go to Powerhouse, so it's one of the nicer gyms. Well, actually, I think it is the nicest gym in my neighborhood. But with a nice gym like that, there's always a pretty big crowd. So it's nice to go in a time where you actually get to. You don't have to wait in line for stuff. I hate that when you gotta wait. You gotta ask people how many more sets, how many, whatever. So it's nice to just go get my stuff and get out. And I'm cutting now. I don't really change anything with my routines. Like on my bulk, I do like a 5x5 kind of program. I don't really, like I was doing, it depends. Sometimes I like to do the 5x5s. Sometimes I like to do push-pull legs. This year, the first half I did push-pull legs, and then, the last 3 or 4 months I did a 5x5, and it feels great when you switch stuff up like that. Normally I just do one thing and, just track my progress that way. But I ended up switching because I was getting so sick of, push-pull legs. And then plus I was, with work and school, it's, and the rest of my life stuff going on, it's hard to make time for the same amount of time to the gym every single day. So I was like, you know what, 5x5, I'm only going to go 3 days a week. So I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And, I got weekends off from work. Plus, I don't go to the gym on the weekend. So it's like all weekend, I get to plan anything I need. Visiting family, friends, writing checks, whatever I got to do. So that worked out great for me. So that's what I did the last 4 months of my bulk. Now, when I'm going into cutting, it's not ideal to sit there and try and do a 5x5 and try and gain strength when you're trying to cut. You're going to feel weaker. You're going to regress a little bit. And so I'm doing like more of a linear progression program. So it's like basically the same thing, but I'm adding in like 2 or 3 accessories. I'll alternate them every 2 weeks, I think. Like I'll do like, let's say I'll do like, an extra thing for, like I'll add in flies for chest, and I'll add in lat pull downs for back, and then the next week it'll be like, something for legs or something for arms or shoulders or something. Like I'll alternate them, and I've never had a problem with healing that way, especially with the 3 days a week. Like you feel great every day. Like that's my favorite part about going in there and doing the 5x5 is because when you get out, you're exhausted for like 1-2 hours. Then you feel great the rest of the day, and the next morning you get that entire day to heal. So by the time you go back, it's like you're refreshed. And one thing I didn't like about 6 days a week was every day I just felt sore. I felt like my biceps and my elbows started to hurt after a while, and I always felt like I couldn't hit everything as hard as I wanted to just because I was so tired from the day before. So even though I'm hitting everything at once, I'm actually hitting everything one more extra time every week. So I'm actually hitting it more, but I feel better. And there's tons of science studies saying, hitting too much at one time doesn't do this, or hitting everything at one time, more frequency will help build. So I don't really know the science behind everything. I haven't studied it myself. I just know how I feel when I do the certain programs, and I love the 5x5. And that extra, even though you're sitting home, you're doing nothing. Everyone's like, well, if you're only going 3 days a week, you're gonna put on fat. I'm cutting, and I just lost about 20 some pounds doing 5x5. It's all food related. I'm still eating around 3,000 calories. I'm still, my carbs are high. There's no reason to doubt that the training is the main reason why I'm, either gaining weight or having trouble losing weight. It's basically your training supplements your nutrition. If your nutrition is pretty good and you're watching what you're doing, like I'm not saying go on heavy restrictions, but if you're not sitting there just shoveling Ben and Jerry's down your throat every day, you're gonna do fine. Fitness and, you know, athletics, it's really not as complicated as the internet and, you know, all these industries make it sound. You don't need all these scientific formulas. You can get on basically any free program and just watch your food, and everyone will be great. I don't know a single person that, you know, struggles with losing weight or gaining muscle when, you know, they're eating right and they're, you know, a couple days a week they're working out. Even if it's like, if you have like a hard labor job, I know people that don't even hit the gym. They just, you know, they work with construction, or they work with carpentry, or, you know, they do something like that, and they look great. And it's just basically food and how your daily activities in life. You don't need to go deadlift 600 pounds. You don't need to go bench 315. You don't need to do any of that. As long as you're putting in effort on a day-to-day basis, you're not sitting there Netflixing and chilling with Ben and Jerry's, you're going to be fine. And so it's not as complicated as everything seems. But I'm just about ready to pull in, so I'll update you guys later with all my stats for my cutting macros. Everyone cares about macros. I don't really track them too much, but I'll show you like an average of what I'm at a daily basis, and you know, different movements I use for my 5x5 or my linear progression program, and I'll get back with you.